What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. We're still doing 3 videos a week on this channel, so definitely don't want you to miss out on any of those future videos, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you haven't, check out all the other videos on the channel. I feel like there's a bunch of great bass fishing content on the channel. You know, the goal of my channel is to help you guys catch more bass, so hopefully you can learn something from this video or any previous video on the channel and do just that. So today we are talking about one of everybody's favorite baits to throw and catch a bass on, and that is a buzzbait. And I got one little hack for you guys that's really gonna save the lifespan of your buzzbaits. And you know, this is something that I actually just remembered this past weekend. I was out fishing, I catching some fish on a buzzbait, and you know, it never fails. As soon as you get that buzzbait tuned right, bent right, start throwing it, you catch a couple fish, and then it gets destroyed. It gets bent up, and this little hack I have for you is gonna help you save the life of that buzzbait. Keep it in shape longer, catch some more bass, and in turn, enjoy your time on the water a little bit more. So if you guys are ready, let's jump in, and I'm gonna walk you through this little buzzbait hack. Okay, buzzbait fishing, man, that can be a lot of fun. You know, obviously it's a topwater lure, so you're getting a visual, aggressive strike most of the times. You know, throwing it over top of grass, that's what I was doing here recently, throwing it over grass. And, you know, it's a wire-framed bait. So obviously I'm throwing it, not obviously, I'm throwing it on braided line. So that's putting a lot of stress on this buzzbait. Every time you cast, set the hook. And this wire likes to bend out. You know, if a big fish bites it and, or, you know, you set the hook on a fish, all this wire likes to bend out, you know, as you're fighting a fish or a big explosion, whatever it may be. And after a few fish, that wire gets a little bit weaker. Then it starts to bend out a little bit more, a little bit easier. And you end up with a straightened out buzzbait or just about, and then, you know, you're there bending it back, trying to get it back to shape. And over time, it just continues to weaken that buzzbait. And, you know, it never fails. After a while, you may end up with the wire breaking and you losing your fish. So you don't want to do that. That is not the goal when you're throwing a buzzbait. And this also applies to spinnerbait fishing as well. So this buzzbait I have here, this is one of my favorites I've been throwing lately. This is a Picasso, the hog snatcher buzzbait. What I like about this is you can really tune it just right. You know, if I want a clacking noise, I can bend this down and get this bent just right where the blade will clack against the head and make that clacking sound, or vice versa. If I don't want that, I can bend it out just right, get it running perfectly straight, and have just that buzzing noise on the surface and not necessarily the clacking noise. So that's why I like this buzzbait specifically right here, but lots of great buzzbaits out there. And you know, I know Buckeye makes the Berserk. It's very similar to this. That's a great option as well. But this is the one I have right here in my hand. Need to grab a drink. So this little tip that I'm going to show you is really going to help this from bending out once you have it set up the way you want. So this is going to take a little bit of time. You got to cut your bait off, tie it on a few different times, but get this bait or your buzzbait set up exactly how you want it, clack in the right way, buzz in the right way, everything bent just the way you like it. And then you're going to have to cut it off your line for this to work. So what you're going to do is take your buzzbait. It can't be tied on. Like I said, you want to make sure you cut him off, clean any knots or anything off there. And then you're going to take a simple split ring. Well, I dropped it now. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it there. I'm just blocking it. You're not going to be able to see it. But this is just a split ring. So this is a number 3 size split ring, but I believe the size varies on whatever brand split ring that you're using, but this is a heavy duty number 3 size split ring. And what you're going to do is push that right over where your line tie would be. Okay, let's slide him down. Can be a little difficult depending on the size. But once he gets on there, he's fairly loose. So now you can see that split ring is actually on the wire of your buzzbait right there. And what that's going to allow that to do is that's going to stop that wire from straightening out. It's going to hit that split ring and not let it bend out very far. So in turn, that's going to keep your wire stronger because it's not going to be straightening out and bending back and forth all the time. You know, anytime you bend a wire like this, it's going to get weaker over time. So adding that little split ring there, you know, really prolongs the life of that. And, you know, that bend right there, that wire is not going to break over time from bending. But it really helps keep the same shape of that buzzbait. You know, there's no room for it to bend, so it's not going to really bend out and totally ruin the shape when you catch a big fish or even get hung up in the grass or whatever it may be. Sometimes you can pull a little too hard and straighten out that frame. So just adding that little split ring on there. So now once the split ring's on, you are good to go ahead and tie back on. And there's another you know, benefit to this as well, is actually now your knot will not slide down the wire. You know, sometimes, you know, your knot will want to slide down towards the head of the buzzbait and not stay up there on the line tie. But adding that little split ring on the front there, just like that, it closes off that line tie. So now you can tie him on. Your knot's going to not slide around, and then your knot is not going to slide around. That's like a double negative, isn't it? Anyway, and then the frame will not straighten out. So now you have a perfectly good buzzbait. It's set up right. It's making the right noise that you want. And that frame is not going to change after you catch a few fish. And it's just going to make you more efficient on the water and in turn help you catch a few more bass. So hopefully you enjoyed this little buzzbait hack. You know, like I said, this is something that, you know, I kind of knew about a while ago and I kind of forgot about it. And I was on the water this weekend getting frustrated by retuning my buzzbait after every fish. And I remembered this, rigged this up, and then we were good to go for the rest of the day. So hopefully you guys can use this little hack with your fishing. Like I said, this also applies to spinnerbaits as well. So if you have the same issue with your spinnerbaits, you can do this same little trick right here and save you some time and baits and all that good stuff. So appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Leave me those likes and comments down below. Don't forget, if you have any video ideas, always drop them in the comments down below so we can add that to the list and hopefully get your questions answered. But appreciate you guys as always, and we'll see you guys next time.